Finally my wife passed out so I can have a little bit of me time. What on earth was that? Hello? Honey? Is everything okay? What the hell?
Well, it is awkward.
What on earth is happening here?
Well, I'm eating your wife, but don't worry, it's literally and not in a sexual way.
Well, I'm glad she isn't cheating on me, but why would you eat her?
Well, you see, when I eat someone, I copy their abilities. So, guys back at the bar said that your wife's great at pool, so I figured I'd come here and eat her up. So, I could screw some money out of people in pool.
Oh, that's not my wife. That's Mrs. Henderson from next door.
Well, where was your wife good at then?
Oh, my wife, she was a magnificent poet. And also a magnificent alcoholic.
Poetry and alcohol. Okay, I'll give it a try. I'll drink to that, you stupid twat. Now I pass out cause I ate your cat.
Oh, marvelous! Wait. You ate Fluffy? Oh, you son of a gun! Fluffy! 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 Here, kitty! Fluffy!
Hello nerds, or whatever the fuck you identify as. It's been a while, but I'm back with another review. And this time we got a game whose protagonist is pink, fat, bald, and can suck a golf ball through a garden hose. That's a Full Metal Jacket reference there. That's just because I'm really old. Anyway, the game is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Let's see if this game was any good, or if it sucked and deserves to be forgotten. So we'll start with the story like always, and in this game the story is pretty simple. Kirby is flying through the air on a star. That's gotta be some kind of truck reference. Anyway, so as Kirby is flying through the air on a star, there's suddenly a storm and a vortex that sucks Kirby in, and Kirby finds himself in a new world, which is apparently forgotten, but the place is called the New World, so that doesn't make much sense cause Forgotten suggests that it's really old, but it's called New World. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of like New York. I mean, it's not that new anymore. I mean, come on. It's just York. So when Kirby arrives in this forgotten New World, there are these bad guys called the Beast Pack, which aren't really that beastly. They're mostly cute, so I don't get where they're getting the name. Maybe they're compensating or something. Anyway, they're kidnapping these other cute creatures called Waddle Dees. So now we know this new place is Australia, cause no one else uses fucked up stupid words like Waddle Dees. I don't know, maybe they were playing didgeridoos or something and pissed everyone off, so when you think like that, the kidnapping sounds kinda justified. So when Kirby arrives and witnesses the scene of kidnapping, he does what every other hero does in every Nintendo game. He masturbates and takes a nap. Ooh, but there's a twist. He doesn't actually masturbate and take a nap, he goes on a rescue mission. So original. It's pretty much the same story as 90% of Nintendo games. Rescue princess, rescue Australians, rescue fucking cats and dogs, rescue whatever the shit. I don't know, rescue grandma. Masturbating and taking a nap would actually be interesting twist in the story, Nintendo just not giving a fuck, but I gotta say, when it comes to story, that's really not Nintendo's, strong point, but luckily they usually make that up on other departments, so, I'm just gonna let that slide. So fuck it.
So, I heard you guys were making another video game about me. Yes, you heard correct. Cool. Hey, you know how most Nintendo games are about someone being kidnapped, you know, princesses and all kinds of things, and there's usually a hero who goes after there and tries to save everyone. And you know, that's great and all. I love the classics, but how about this time we switch it up a bit?
Oh, what did you have in mind?
Okay, so get this. I'm an ex-drug addict who's fucked up his life, you know, and now he's trying to fix it, you know. He's fucked up everything, all relationships and everything. So now, in order to fix his life, he needs to suck dick. But instead of sucking for crack, he needs to suck it so he can get aloe vera cream for his son who's been in a coma for 7 years because of a house fire. Because he needs that shit to, you know, take care of his face and limbs which are all burned up and shit. You know, that would be great. People go fucking nuts for that Last of Us shit. You know, something like that. Dramatic. HBO.
Ooh, I'm sorry. We already wrote a script, and you're rescuing Waddledees.
Waddledees? You mean like Australians? That actually sounds pretty cool, you know. Is it gonna be like international spy thriller or something?
No, Waddledees are just cute regular creatures who sound Australian.
Ah, shit. Can I at least say, that's not a knife, this is a knife?
No.
Fine! Fuck! Let's do same crap over and over again. I'll say fucking Australians. Fuck!
Now when it comes to gameplay, if you played any previous Kirby games, you know it sucks. Literally. I mean, Kirby goes around and sucks everything that moves like $2 crack prostitute. Except instead of giving you relief and multiple STDs probably, you'll just get eaten alive and Kirby copies your ability. So in case you're really good at writing your name on snow with urine, I probably wouldn't mention it around the pink fucker if there's a pissing contest coming up. Yeah, so Kirby, depending on what kind of enemy he sucks, he gets his ability. Like, you know, if he's sucking a sword-wielding guy, he gets a sword of his own. Or maybe if he's sucking a porcupine, he turns into a real prick. Or if he sucks my ex-wife, he gets half my house and half my money. Handy. Apart from that last example, it's actually a pretty fun system. I've always loved the sucking system in Kirby games. I mean, it's just, I think it's so, you know, well, it was created back then and it still works now, so, you know, it's good. I do like it, you know. Kind of makes it easy to switch weapons on fly, you know, depending on what kind of enemies you're encountering. So, you know, just suck them off and that's it. You'll get a new ability instantly. Also, some abilities can trigger some, well, triggers, I guess. You know, if you're having like tornado ability, you can power up wind turbines and fans, and that way they can open secret places or something like that. So, you know, that's kind of cool. There's a little puzzling element. You have to think what kind of ability you're going with, you know. Usually the ability you're gonna need to find some secret places on the same level and, you know, just a little before the place you actually need it. So, you know, you don't really have to worry about which ability you're taking to the level when you're starting it. But so, you know, keep your eyes peeled on those levels, because if you run into a porcupine, maybe you need to be a prick. So, you know, suck off that porcupine and you'll get to a secret place. Also, this game is 3D platformer, and I believe this is the first 3D platformer when it comes to Kirby series. And it's great, you know, what can you say, you know, Nintendo. If they know how to do some type of games, it's fucking platformers. Nintendo has been fucking ruling platformer genre since 1985. Everyone else is going for graphics and realism, but Nintendo is fucking dominating the cartoony platformers. They're just that fucking good at it.
So, I was thinking, since we're doing a new game about me, how about instead of doing 2D platformer like we always do, we do some other genre for a change. How about that?
Well, you're in luck. We're actually doing something different this time.
Oh, cool! What is it?
A 3D platformer.
Great! I'll go and, suck, roadkill.
Like I said there, the platforming is good and the controls are great, I had no problems. I didn't have any problems with the camera either, which can fucking suck in 3D platformers, but here I thought it worked, pretty much perfect. Well, almost perfectly. There's always gonna be something little to nag about the camera, at certain points, but I thought it worked great, It was one of the better cameras in 3D platformers overall, so, I was good. Didn't piss me off. I really loved the enemy and level design in this game too, Those were great. It never got boring. Everything is so colorful, it's just so bright and cute and colorful that it kind of makes you wanna vomit rainbows out of your ass. Or have diarrhea. I could have just said have diarrhea. Colorful diarrhea out your ass. It's kind of the same as vomiting rainbows out of your ass. Anyway, the levels overall have some nice settings and I never really got bored with the scenery. I mean, I was kind of surprised because the scenery, I think it kind of looks cool in, at least some levels. For a Kirby game, I was kind of waiting for something a little more minimalistic and more plain maybe or something, but it's really nice to look at. I was really enjoying my time with this game, visually too, so, I was really happy. On top of the regular enemies, which there are quite a few different kinds, there's also mini-bosses, which are on the middle of levels usually or something like that, and on top of that there's also bosses, on every land or world. Like in Mario, you got these different worlds, on every world there's 4 levels and boss level on top of that, and well, the boss is obviously on the boss level. Mini-bosses can be on every level, but main boss is always on boss level, and those were pretty fun too. I really enjoyed those boss fights, I had no fucking problems with those. They were fun, but they were really easy. There's 2 difficulty levels on this game. There's probably, I think they're like easy and medium, but I played through on medium, and that was like easy on most games, so not much challenge there. Now there's also actual challenge levels too, where you have to beat those in certain time limit. There's also target time, which can be kind of dick to try to get to, you can't really make any mistakes, but if you hit the target time, all you get is pretty much more money, and you can get that plenty, by repeating levels if you ran out of levels or something like that, but you don't really need to worry about the target times, unless you really want to pull your hair out trying out for those, target times, because they can be kind of bitchy, so the challenges, it's enough if you just beat those, because you get the rare stone, which is the thing you need to upgrade weapons in this game, because there's also a weapon upgrade system. So, you don't really have to, like I said, it's not necessary to beat the target time. It's just, if you want to torture yourself, go for the target time. I just went for the rare stones, I was done and fucking good. So, fuck the challenges, fuck the target times, I did the challenges, so screw that.
Yes! I made it in time.
But you didn't beat the target time.
What? But I made it on time.
If I were you, I'd try to beat the target time.
Why? What do I get if I beat the target time?
Well, you'll be known as the person who beat target time, and you'll also get money.
Well, that's lame. I don't do this for money, These games are a passion project for me. I get plenty of money by sucking things. Don't judge me. We all gotta do things so we can eat.
Now the biggest new feature in this game is the Mouthful Mode. Yeah, I know it kinda sounds like something out of a porn movie, but everything Kirby does. I mean, usually Kirby sucks, but in Mouthful Mode he just kinda puts stuff in his mouth and later spits it out. If I didn't know any better, I'd say Nintendo's going for the Blowjobber of the Year award with Kirby. Anyway, this is how the mouthful mode works. Kirby puts in his mouth, things like car, a traffic code, cock ring, and he kinda becomes the object, kinda, except not exactly always, kinda like the object. What I mean by that is, when Kirby puts a car in his mouth, he becomes the car, and when he puts a cock ring in his mouth, he becomes a sail for boat, pretty much, which can blow wind. So it's not exactly like, it's not actually cock ring, it's usually like from a sign, the letter O or something like that. I just call it cock ring because fuck it reminds me of cock ring. And when Kirby puts a traffic cone in his mouth, he becomes the world's most violent butt plug. I mean, he's like a cone, but he uses the tip to, violently penetrate holes, like when there's cracks on the ground, Kirby just jumps up and comes tip down on the cracks and just violently rips open the anus. The floor. But you get the imagery, So the mouthful mode, it's kind of the new thing in this game, and I really dug that. I do like it, The driving, it's not bad. It's okay for a 3D platformer, What can you expect, It works surprisingly well. They're tight controls, so it's easy to drive around the levels and shit like that. There's usually some, part of the level where you have to race through some certain track or something like that, They're kind of fun, They bring variety in the gameplay, so yeah, I really dig those, and all the cock rings and traffic cones and shit he can put in his mouth, those, they kind of bring more puzzle elements into the game, There are certain puzzles where you need to be a cock ring or fucking violent butt plug or something like that, so they're nice. I really dug those, They spice up the gameplay, so I'm all for it. And they don't overstay their welcome, so it's great, I do like those. Variety! Who the fuck hates variety?
Hey, thanks for putting this mouthful mode in the new game. I am loving it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We figured it would be cool if you could change into different objects just by putting them in your mouth.
Hey, guess what object I'm now?
Okay, I'm guessing you're, Where are you?
Down here. Hey, do I smell like fish?
Yes, it does smell a bit fishy here.
Now there's also a couple of minigames here which won't blow your mind, but they're fun to try, like minute or two. There's minigames like fishing and cafe stall, which are both kind of like basic reaction minigames. Fishing, it tells you the button you have to press, so you have to be quick about it, and that's just really basic. Then there's the cafe stall where there are all the Australians, waddle-dees, they're ordering shit, so you have to pick the right thing they're ordering, like I don't know, fucking apple or something else. I don't know. You have to pick the right item and as fast as you can, basically same kind of reaction minigame except a bit different, but still the same, Then there's one other minigame which I really liked. That was my favorite, It was Tilt and Roll Kirby, which is kind of like those old labyrinth games. I don't know if you know, but I used to have those as a kid where there's a labyrinth and you gotta kind of tilt it with using knobs so the ball will roll. But in this one, it's the same idea except there's Kirby. He's a little ball because, he's a little ball anyway, so so you use the controller to kind of tilt it on the screen, so that was fun, I really dug that, I loved the labyrinth game growing up, so it was cool, but I still didn't spend like 10 minutes maybe with that, so it's a nice distraction. All the mini games, they're nice distractions, but that's basically all they are, so it's I don't mind those, they're great, I wouldn't mind if there were more of those, There was also Colosseum, where you can battle bosses and shit like that. So that's also there. That's great. So that's pretty much the side activities you can do in this. If I'm not forgetting something. Then there's of course little figurines you can collect, cause all fucking 3D platformers have something to collect for. So those are great. I do like those. You can find those from levels, or there's a village where you can go between every level. It's the Waddle-Dees village. So there are these coin slot machines where you put in money and you get a little figurine. So it's I'm guessing it's random or something like that, so I don't know. That's just stuff you can collect, so it was good, every platformer I guess should have something to collect for, it's an easy way to bring more gameplay in the game, make you search throughout the levels more, so that's great. And also every level has 5 missions. There's one, the main mission, which is, well, basically go through the level and that's it. But then you have one other side mission, which is usually 4 or 5 waddle-dees. You have to find and rescue. They're hidden throughout the level, so you gotta keep your eyes sharp and search for every nook and cranny. So that's kind of fun, and again, like the collectibles, it makes you search throughout the levels more, so And then there are 3 hidden side missions, which are, it doesn't say what it is. It can be like rip down 3 wanted posters or something like that. Once you find the first one and you rip that down, then it becomes visible, like you found 1 out of 3 wanted posters, so that's pretty much it. And if you're having trouble finding out what the 3 hidden missions are, once you get through the level, it always reveals one of those, so that's good, you can go back and do that then, and once you go through the level again, it shows you another one if you just can't figure it out yourself, so that's good too, I guess. You don't have to Google or watch stupid clips from stupid YouTube, so that's great. Then there's the audio side of the game, which is, well, it's a cartoonish and colorful 3D platformer, so the music's really overly happy and colorful music, I guess, it's just really positive. Same goes with the sound effects, cartoonish sound effects. They just fit the game really good, I'm not a fan of, overly positive music and shit usually, but in this game, they were great. They didn't piss me off, so, fuck it. They were good, Unless you're like really goth who likes to self-mutilate and hates fucking kittens, then I don't think you're gonna have problems with the sounds or music in this game, It's there, it's good, it doesn't pop out from the speakers and ruin the experience, it's good, So I guess it's time to look at all the negatives in these games, and to be honest, I really don't have much. The game's really easy, so if you're one of those From Software elitist jack-offs, then yeah, you probably might not like this that much, but other than that, there's not much. It's a short game. If that's something you don't like, I don't mind, I don't have time to play all my games, so I'm fine with short and easy, so I was good with both. If I really keep digging, the minigames might have been a little more deeper, but those weren't kind of the main focus here, so Story in this game, well, that's not Nintendo's strong point, so it was what it was. It was more like just an excuse to make another Kirby game and have some more Kirby action, and that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about this game. It's a solid 3D platformer. It's fun, it's colorful, it's easy, it's short. The story is lacking, but then again, if you were expecting some great story from a Kirby game, that's kind of on you. So I'd say overall this was a great game. I really enjoyed my time with this. I don't have too much time, so being short and easy were actually big pluses for me personally, because I have so many games, I can't play them all, so this one was done quick, so I'm glad. Although I would have taken a longer Kirby game too, because like I said, it was really solid, platformer, 3D, fun, colorful, all that shit. Anyway, let's just give this game a score, I guess, and when it comes to Kirby, I think I'm gonna go with 9. That's right, 9. That's the biggest number I've given this year. It's the first review I've done this year, so. But it might stay the biggest number of this year. Who knows? I mean, 9 is high. 9 is really good. 9 is really good. Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps this review up. So, you all know the ending here. Click like, click subscribe, click the bell, click the comments, click yourselves the fuck out of here, and click yourselves back.
Mouthful Mode.
Oh, my phone saucer. When I upload more crap. But for now, it's goodbye. I have no idea what I'm gonna review next. No idea. Something, hopefully. I think. Fuck off!
I can't believe that pink thing just came into my house and ate my wife and cat. But he was good at poetry though. Kinda makes you wonder if that thing got good at poetry by eating my wife. I wonder what ability he got from eating my cat Fluffy. I mean, only thing my cat was good at was pretty much puking hairballs. No! Not in the bed!